Welcome to Admin Automation. Today we are going to discuss a few things that will be starting or making the startup for the GX Worx. First thing, you have to go for the input and output address. First thing, you have to put a contact right here and name it as X0. That is the thing, or that is the input address for the Mitsubishi GX Worx 2 or the LCPU or FX CPU. And I'm going to put the output here. Have to place the output coil or press the F7 and name it as Y0. So this will be the input and output. So let's see what's happening. You can go to online and compile. First you have to build it, and by building it you can see the white surface. That will be it's okay, and we can go to the debug and start or stop simulation, or you can click the start simulation right here. By clicking this you'll be able to get to the simulation mode and have to check this when the processing ends. That will be stopping or that will be closed automatically. And you can see first thing you have to trigger the input, that you have to select the input and shift plus enter. By pressing shift and enter you will be getting the output. Once again shift and enter, you will be turning off the input. And for exiting from the online mode you can go to debug and stop the simulation. And you're not done yet, you can go to the edit mode or the write mode. By clicking this you will be able to edit these things. Next thing we are going to learn is the timers. Timers, I am going to delete this thing or have to edit this by double click on the output, and have to use the T0 as the input for the timer, and have to put a space and have to enter the time base. This is the 100 millisecond timer, so we have to give K100, that will be K100, so that will be working for 10-second delay. So we'll be getting 10-second delay from the T0 timer, and we have to put an output for that. That will be T0 and the real output Y0. So by getting this we will be able to get the first timer. So I'm going to start the simulation. Have to click the no because I didn't compile it yet, and go to compile and build it. After that I can go to the simulation. And now it's ready to go, and we can trigger the input by shift and enter. And you can see that the input will be, or the timer will be working for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds we will be getting to T0 output. That is a normal working for the timer, and we can go for the next timer. You can see the T0 will be triggered after 10 seconds. That's why I have given K100, because K100 multiplied by 100, that is 100 millisecond timer, you'll be getting 10,000 milliseconds, which is equal to 10 seconds. So I'm back. Go to the simulation, exiting from the simulation, and go to the write mode. Now we can discuss another timer, another type of timer. I can show you that I have to delete this thing and have to use the normal counter. I'm going to next have to use an output and name it as C0 space K5. The 5 counts have to use. That is the counter, and I have given the preset as 5 and give the input as C0 and press enter and put an output as out space Y0. That's how I can type it and make the contacts or coil right here. If you want to get the contacts, you can type it as LD space C0 like that. Again I'm going to build it, or press the F4 button, then I can go to the simulation. Now it's ready to go. I can have to give 5 counts quickly. Shift enter, and you can see the counts are increasing right here. After 5 counts, reaching 5 counts, you will be getting the output from the counter. So that's it. That's a basic timers and counters. We can go to the advanced 2 types of timers, like special timer and teaching timer. I am going to exit from the simulation. I am going to show you the types of timers. I'm deleting these things. By going to the edit mode, I'm going to delete this stuff and delete this also, and I have to give the special timer first. So I have to double tap here and type STMR. You can see the STMR and click the help button of the enter symbol, and I'm going to the help. You can see the instruction selection of the find instruction. Here you can see the STMR, and we can go to the details. In the STMR, you can see first thing, which is the input address of the timer or the number of the timer. So I'm giving it as T0. Another one, which is the total number of preset or the preset value for the timer, that I'm giving as K100. That will be 10-second timer, and we will be getting an output in the D or the destination. So I'm getting continuous 4 types of devices. So I can enter the bit address. So I'm using a memory bit M0. In this I'm getting 4 continuous outputs. So for this I'm going to the manual. You can see, you can click on the browse manual. You'll be getting the STMR. In the STMR I can show you on the last. You will be getting 4 types of outputs: D0, D1, D2, D3. So we have to monitor M0, M1, M2 and M3. I'll show you each and everything. First thing is the off delay timer. You can see this is the off delay timer. This is the on shot timer after off. That means that is the off delay, and on shot after on. And I will explain one by one by step. And hit OK. And we will be getting this. After compiling this, we will be getting the block properly. So build it. Now we ready to go. And we are going to monitor the M0, M1, M2 and M3 in our watch table. So to monitor this M0 and M1, have to select this, right click, and register to watch we have to click. So by clicking this, we can get a watch table that includes M0, and we have to add the M1 and M2 and M3. So we'll be getting continuously 4 devices like D0, D1, D2 and D3. Next, I'm going to show you 2 things that we will be putting in contact, and M0 and the output Y0. Next, M1 and Y1, M2 and Y2. It's very simple to program. M3, Y3, and have entered all these steps, all these inputs and outputs. Going to build this, and going to compile this. By this I can actually show you the working of the special timer. By this I'm going to start the X0, shift enter. You can see the X0 is getting started, and Y0 is enabled and Y2 is enabled for 10 seconds. The Y2 is the TT bit. That means that is the timer timing bit that is powered by the M2. So we will be getting the timer timing during the with respect to the M2 bit, and the done bit or the timer output is getting through M3. M0 is actually the enable bit. That's it. And let's see what is M1 by stopping this input. By stopping this input, you can see it is again running, and we will be getting the off delay TT. That is the off delay TT, and we will be stopping the done bit after stopping all these steps gone. So this is the special timer. We will be getting the on delay right here. We will be getting the off delay here by M2 and M1, and M0 is the enable bit. When the timer is getting powered, M0 will be on, and M3 is the done bit or the timer done bit of the special timer. So now we can go to the next counter, that will be the up down counter. So I have to use the UDCNT for the up and down counter, and go to the help first and go into the detail. Inside the detail, I'm going to show you how the up down counter is working. To go to the manual first. Inside the manual, you can see the up and down counter program example. I'll be zooming this for you, and you can see X20 is the input address that is powering the counter, up down counter, and X0 is the counting address or the counting input, and C0 is the count address or the counter address, and K5 will be the preset value. And you can see when X0 is on, only when the X0 is on, that is the enable bit for the counter, and X0 is the pulsating bit or the giving count bit, and you can see X1 is the counting direction bit. When X1 is activated, you will be getting the down counting. You can see when X1 is activated, the count is going down, 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, like that. When it is down, or when X1 is off, you can see 0 1 2 3, it's up counting, and when the output is reached, C0 will be activated. So that's it. We can go to the working. So first thing, it is the bit that will be starting address. X0 I cannot use because I already used for the enable bit. So X1 will be the counting up bit, and X2 will be the counting direction reverse bit. And I can use the device name as C0, and I have to use the count address, or the count value is K5. That's it. And I have to use one more thing. I have to use a parallel contact for this. I have to use a parallel contact of X1 for the counting application, and also a parallel contact right here for the counting direction. I'm using the X2 for the counting direction. Now I'm going to put the C0, or the output of the counter, and the output address also. So I'll be getting the output on C0. Let's see the up and down counting. First compile this, then we can go to the simulation. Now you can see the count value here, and in the X0 or the up down counter also. So first thing, I have to enable the enable bit. Then I have to put the X1 trigger. So X1 will be the thing that will be giving pulses. When X1 is on and off, we will be getting the count up. Okay, this is the type of counter, and we will be getting the output when C0 is activated, or the number of counts are equal to K5. Then I have to go to the X2 selected, and activating the X2 will be getting no down counting. After activating the X2, you'll have to trigger the X1. So by triggering the X1 when the X2 is on, you can see the value is decreasing right here from 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. When again that will be going to minus values. So this is the up and down counter from the Mitsubishi.